Hello everyone and welcome back once again to Gary Grigsby's War in the East. Let's continue where we left off previously and take a look. It's been a little while since I played because I've been playing that last mission of Spectre of Communism in between, so I also do want to take a quick peek at a lot of different things kind of in between here to see what's up. Seems like we have a bunch of Hungarians here now. Quite sure these came from the garrison theater box. Still 102. So that's okay. Let's take these Hungarians and let's send them, I guess, over to this general area. It's a bit tricky because in terms of rail, the rail lines are severely overburdened, as it already is, so they can't just go and about anywhere they damn please. Let's send them at least to Kiev. And they can't even make it. Alright, but at least they're on their way. I still have these, but I do believe I need to send the 377th Infantry Division over to Finland, since they're at 89. I already sent some stuff there, but it's not enough. And certainly that would be an issue. One thing that I find pretty weird is that like all of this stuff is supposedly, like, it says Soviet control. And I guess we can't move in there, but it's also not as if this ever turns Finnish. Like, you can't win that. Though, maybe they'll do that at some point in a DLC. That'd be pretty fun, like if you put like an exceptional high amount of units in the Finnish theater, that you will actually win there. I think that could be pretty interesting. At any rate, let's quickly go over everything here once again, just to see if we've taken care of everything. Which it seems like I have. I am pretty confident this is looking relatively okay. I don't think I can merge them this turn. I'll have to take a look next turn. This is fine. Like, I guess it's looking reasonable, and we do have this on that line there. Refit. 14th Panzer is on refit. Das Reich is on refit, but they don't. Yeah, they're in a fine spot as it is. I did take care of most of this. This is a bit tricky, but we'll be fine. They'll break out. That's okay. Oh, no. let's have the unit refitted here. This is looking well enough. They're not gonna move either way. And yeah, 6th Army also kind of needs to move over to this area. I mean, 6th Army is the one that ultimately is striving to get to Stalingrad, so I would say that that's exactly what I need. And we know that that's still going on. These guys are just pretty much waiting to move. Nothing we can do there. So I think the one thing that I do want to do, it's just, how much am I missing in the Western Theater currently? 5. Let's see what's gonna go there. So next turn, turn 52, I think. It's currently turn 51, everything has arrived. 52. Transfer to Italy, Italy, to map Union from Western Europe to map. That's not good, because we already have too little. And then 7th Flieger is going from the map to Western Europe. Really? Oh. That's gonna leave a gap. So I will have to put something else there. I'm gonna see what that's gonna be. Grim Panzer Battalion is a reinforcement. These are all reinforcements as well. Turn 53. But they mostly have to do with Italian units. So basically we'll have the Italian 20th Army, I think. Really? Gotta disband this? Why? Why? Or they gotta get the army next turn. Could be as well. Yeah, 8th Italian Army will arrive the turn afterwards. Alright, well, we'll deal with that when the time comes, but it does mean I'm gonna need to send some stuff. I'd like to keep the Africa Corps the way they are. I have only 2 too many. I think though I can send the 205th Infantry Division and send it to Western Europe. Hope it doesn't turn out too bad. Still don't know why supposedly they are golden here. Like, maybe it's because they're frozen? Could be. Or they arrived this turn. Something like that. There's a lot of bombers, etc. here. Huh. Anyway. I need some rail line here too, so I can get some depots going and stuff. Actually, I Do I want to put those Hungarians out in the front line already? I don't necessarily think so. Like, if I keep these guys here, they'll definitely become more powerful on the next turn. And I think that might be pretty useful, especially since I don't think they will attack that heavily this turn already. So, I think that... this should be fine. And then, with a bit of luck, next turn I can do some other kind of encirclement here and snag another bunch of Soviet forces. I mean, that was the goal of this attack all along. To snag Soviet forces here to make sure that, you know, we don't get into so much trouble with these attacks all the time. This looks nice, but I think it's very hard even to dislodge this tank or either way. Yeah. So let's see. Gonna go from 7 to 14. We also don't have anything along like this rail line and down south. Like, I'm not even remotely close to starting the advance on Stalingrad. Although overall my positions are better than historically, I guess. So that's good. Especially in the north. We'll see, because this rail line is super important to get either way. And since I'm literally 3 hexes away from Chula, that's also pretty neat. But it will take several minor offenses to actually take Chula. I don't think it will go easily. Meanwhile, I'll just be sipping my tea here as we go through another half an hour enemy turn. Who knows? Maybe they're not so much attacking this time, although I'll probably be fooling myself. Well, it looks like they have a bunch of units down there. Holy smokes. Wonder what kind of reserve that is. It's a pretty hefty attack that they put out there too. They even destroyed my fortifications there. Looks like they still put a lot of effort into fighting here. Took it down all the way to 0. Well, it's not as if I can allocate more forces in that sector either. Men. Wow, really very interesting indeed. AI is really pushy in this sector. Wow. I mean, their manpower advantage really does show. Like, it's a really big problem. And for sure it has not been solved yet. My units are also still looking exceptionally weak, I think, in a lot of locations. Which is definitely not good. Something like this too. Sure. That sucks. I mean, wow. Okay. One interesting thing though is that if they cross the river, it will be easier for me to encircle them ultimately. I mean, I'm gonna defeat that triple stack, I think. No. They took more losses, but... sure. 1,000, holy moly. Okay. Also, again, funny how they can put these new stacks out there, which I think theoretically they shouldn't be able to. Since, like, they get the train here, but crossing the river should be extremely difficult for them to do. So, it's a bit weird that they can do that, but oh well. I'm not gonna say anything about that, I suppose, but it does reek of teleportation again, which I'm altogether not a very big fan of. Okay. One thing that would be interesting is if these guys are relatively weak, I might be able to encircle these units. Never mind. And that's it seems. I cannot believe them leaving that empty, so that would be quite weird, I think. Makes no sense. Alright, that was a really bad turn for me. Interestingly enough. And with really bad, I mean, it was pretty damn bad. Lost in a lot of places. I mean, it's not unovercomable or anything, but they definitely did a number on quite a few of my forces. I mean, having that one encirclement, I guess, and them taking those 300,000 losses wasn't gonna suddenly win me the game, I suppose. That maybe was more like 400,000, but I at least expected a little bit less attacks, but they, I guess, were as violent as ever. Either way, the fight goes on. We didn't lose anything major, so there is that. I also find it interesting that they put very little emphasis, I guess, on 17th Army this turn and the 11th Army moving into the Caucasus there. It seems like they put a bunch of troops there anyhow, but let's take a look. Only partisans. Yeah, they still would have put a bunch of forces there after the attacks. This is super weird too, but I guess I'll cut it off, and if I get into Isk, I will have again a bunch of troops that will have been cut off, I suppose. At the same time, I guess I'll try to move down, cutting off more forces in here. I think I'd rather attack that cavalry first before trying to take this. They will not have another supply depot, well, basically up till here. And Tikfin, I guess. But I was never going to get to Tigfin anyway. Do I need any recon there? I guess I do need recon down here. In this section, not even here, I think. Hmm. $4.19, huh? Once again, we get a bunch of Italian forces with marginal use. Yeah, let's do some reconnaissance here. Need to Romanian Air Command. And I need a 5 hex area. Let's make it 6. More like this, I think. And I actually want quite a lot of units. Or quite a lot of days. Seems like they are not flying, at least. I would suggest that they're very tied together and that they're, if I break out of this section, I should be able to get around pretty well. Except that these are... those are considered minor rivers at least. The tricky part though is that if I break through here, then at least I can move through this line of part of the river, which would make it a lot easier if I could do that. But then I need to beat quite a few more units in here. But it would help, I guess. Certainly snag a reasonable amount of Soviet forces. At any rate, let's first work on the rail line. I do have a mind to still fix this. However, I think I do want these guys to help out in here afterwards to start working on this rail. I think that will do me quite well. So I probably should. Apparently they can't rail very far. I get that. That's okay. The rail into Sevastopol now at least is done. Also very useful. Question is, do I want to do the other one here? Yeah, it might actually help a little bit. Will cost me another turn though. Yeah, why not? Here we have these guys that they've been fixing this double rail here. There's another double rail going up to Vilnius. I think it might be useful to continue working on that for the moment. Okay, can't go any further. Let's see. Because there's this one, which is working on the rail up. Yeah. Working in the rain does have its negative effects, that's for sure. But at least they're getting closer, and after this, I guess they'll be working on these lines here. Getting up to that double rail near Krasnovardysk and working up, and then I guess I would start on this one then afterwards, and that's pretty much all the rail lines. Alright, let's only do a little bit for let's only deal with Army Group North for this episode, since I do seem to be at time already. So none of these are moving. I also think I'll keep these there. It's a lot of planes. Interesting. So technically, I can send some of these. I probably should. I know this looks pretty weird right now. We'll see how it manifests itself over time. Sweet. That's also quite good, and these are all part of 258th. It's I'll put these two in these two hexes because it's better for them that way. I think it is worth a shot trying to get around these. I think. And the other thing is that it's, I guess, also good to do this. I mean, good may not be the correct word, but I'm marginally close to getting this rail into Turshok. I would need this territory here too, once again, as it is. One interesting question is, do I want to get to Borovici? I don't think so. What I do want to do is set these units aesthetic. Huh. Okay. They have also a rifle division. It's actually pretty unlikely that I'll be able to beat these now. I would need to push a little bit further in order to actually get the double rail, because not only is this the last part, I also need to have the Soviets one hex away from it in order to technically make use of it. And I'm certainly not there yet. Where I'm also not yet at is having dealt with all of these. So 6 infantry. What I need for at least this turn, 183rd. Okay, let's take out Politsai, because Politsai is at 33% TOE. They might look relatively powerful here, but they are not. We could go back and reorganize and refit here. So what I'm currently doing is I'm currently moving out units which are not doing very well. And it's kind of like a rotation system, which seems to be a lot easier for Army Group North at the moment than for any of the other army groups. Although I don't want to say that for 3rd Panzer Army necessarily. In fact, oh, it's a Swamp X. Yeah, never mind that. All right, yeah. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna end the video here. I want to thank you for watching. I do hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please do consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you on the next episode. Take care. See you then. Bye bye.